Hey, 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 everybody. Hello. Tara, I'm going to make you co-host so you can help me let folks in. How is everybody? Happy New Year. Hope y'all are doing great. We'll get everybody in and we will get started in just a few seconds. It's 4 o'clock on the dot. Happy New Year. Where are you tuning in from? Where are you tuning in from? And if you're new here, let me know that in the comments too. If you're new here, this is your first Plexus call, maybe your second Plexus call. We want to hear that as well. All right, let me get all these folks admitted. We're so happy that y'all are here. All righty. Terry, you're going to keep an eye on the waiting room for me. Oh, I can't it doesn't let you unmute. You can't see the waiting room. All right. Let's see if I can fix that. Why won't it let me make you co-host? All right. Oh, well, I'll be co-host. Okay, guys, let me get everybody in. You gotta love when technology does not cooperate. All right, we will start. So happy y'all are here. I am Christina Williams, and I am a mom of four right here in Middle Georgia. So I hope wherever you are that you are warm. I have a feeling some of you are not warm, but it's probably, I don't know, 70 degrees outside today and sunshiny. So you're here, I hope, because you want to make some money. And there's such a I don't know, weird connotation around the idea of, can I be excited to make money? Should I be excited about that? Is that okay if I want to make money? And I'm here to tell you, yes, it is okay if you want to make money. So hopefully you're here because you want to create either a new stream of income, or you want to expand this stream of income, or you want to help other people feel confident that they can create a stream of income. So I want to be very clear of why we're here. I want to be very clear about what the purpose of this call is. The purpose of the call is that you are here because you want to take action that you can confidently feel like will lead to income. Okay. By the end of this workshop, I will have shown you how to start conversations, how to show up publicly on whatever social media profile you frequent, and how to be prepared to follow up in the future. These are the 3 behaviors that are needed in order for you to create income. Period. End of discussion. Okay. So let's talk about, I already said that, why we're here. But you guys, listen, there's no shame in you wanting to make money. I think sometimes as women, we think, I don't know, like, what if somebody thinks that I'm doing this so that I can make money? What if they do think that? Do you think the real estate agent that's holding an open house on Saturday, do you think she's ashamed of the fact that she's going to make a commission if she sells a house that someone is looking for? No, she's not ashamed of that. You don't have to be ashamed of wanting to make an income either. So, second, you don't have to be perfect here in order to make progress. Thank the Lord, right? Because I am the furthest thing from perfect here. So, alrighty. Income here is built in 3 different ways: starting conversations, showing up publicly, and being willing to follow up. And today you're going to take action in all 3 areas. So step number 1, in order to create income here, you have to be willing to engage in conversation. Okay. Conversations create commissions. And most people stall here because they struggle with not what do I do, because there's so much training out there, so much help out there on how to have conversation. They struggle because of fear and overthinking. They worry what people are going to think about them, how they're going to be perceived. And so what we're going to do is help you know what you can think and believe instead. And then we're going to give you a very clear, consistent conversation framework that you can be proud of executing. Okay. Oh, someone's coloring on my screen. Fantastic. Okay. So, first of all, I want you to know that conversations follow the same structure every time. And you'll see me use conversation and invite interchangeably because that's what you're doing when you make a reach out. You're simply inviting someone to take a closer look. That's it. You're not trying to push something down their throat. You're not trying to beat them over the head with your pink drink. You're just simply saying, hey, I'm excited about this thing. Wanted to share it with you. Follows the same structure every time. All right. So, what stops people from messaging? These thoughts. I don't want to bother people. I don't want to sound salesy. What if people think I'm doing this just for money? Y'all, listen, these thoughts are focused way too much on you. They're focused way too much on me when I'm the one thinking them. We must choose to focus on what other people can gain from our willingness to share. When you take the focus off of you and what you're afraid it will cost you and put it on someone else and how they might benefit because of you, changes the game. So here's what you should be thinking instead. You are offering an invitation to learn more. That's it. I'm excited about this thing. Thought you might be too. Are you open to taking a look? Here's what I need you to know. People are absolutely looking for solutions to health problems. You know how I know? Because the health and wellness industry is a almost 3 trillion. I don't even know how many zeros a trillion is. $3 trillion industry. People are looking for solutions and they are wanting to spend money to feel better. Okay? You have a solution that's natural, clean, and available to them that comes with a relationship, a person, a connection. Do you think when they go into CVS or GNC that they get that? No, they do not. So I just want to remind you, being paid for a recommendation or a service does not cancel your integrity. It enhances it. Okay. So now that we have thought about what we are supposed to think about reaching out, we are going to take some action. So we're actually going to sit here together. Everybody has their phone in hand. We're not observing. Remember, this is an action workshop. And we're going to do the scary things. Things are much less scary in the light with friends. And so here's what you'll notice. You're going to send a message and you will not die. You will not die. You will not be attached to whether or not they respond because, y'all, it's very normal that people do not respond. Very normal. I'm an expert at this point in doing this, and even I will have maybe 3 out of 10 people respond to the first message. You know what that means? That means that I just have 7 people that I can now follow up with in the future. That's all. You won't die. No one's going to make fun of you. You're just going to invite somebody to look at what you're excited to have started. So I gave you a couple of different messages here. They all follow the same formula. Share what you're starting or building. Share why you thought of them. Ask if they're open to taking a look. You can literally screenshot this, take a picture of it, and copy and paste it. Adjust it if you want, but do not overthink it. The point here is to get the rep in. Okay. So I'm going to stop talking. We are going to take 5 minutes and we are going to send these messages right now. As you're going and doing this, tell me in the chat, just message my sister, just message to my mom, just message a neighbor. Let us know who you're talking to. Okay, welcome back. We still have just as many people as we had when we started. So the good news is no one died. Nobody died. That's a relief. Isn't it so funny how much we can psych ourselves out when it's like, okay, I have to do this, but then also maybe this bad thing will happen. Nothing bad can happen. It's okay. You made it. So, congratulations. How many people did you get messaged in that few minutes? Go ahead and just drop a number in the chat. One, two, three. What did you get done? 10. Wow. One. Okay, perfect. Sister and mom. Awesome. Matt. Okay, perfect. Perfect. If you have already hit the first rank, if you've already grabbed your first few accountability partners, can you tell everybody in there who it was? Was it your mom, your sister, and a friend from church? Who was it? Just so they can kind of get an idea of where you started. All right. And then while that's happening, we're going to go ahead and move forward into the next step of what do I need to do if I want to make money here? You need to be willing to show up publicly. Now, for most of us, that's going to look like utilizing social media. Not everyone will have social media, and that's fine. But if you do, social media will give context to the private conversations that you're going to be starting. Okay. It's just letting people know what you're up to. Social media marketing, it is the new modern word of mouth. Okay. It's just the way that it is. Okay. So, common fears that people have around posting on social. I don't want to be that girl. I've already done something like this before, so people might not take me seriously. I don't want people to think that I'm just doing this to make money, right? Or people already know that I do Plexus. Okay. Here's what you could think instead. Sharing what I'm building just adds dimension to who I am. Plexus isn't going to be the only thing that occupies your social media. It's just going to be another dimension to who you are and what you're excited about. People love to follow a journey. And when you are willing to share on social, it just invites people to follow yours. Again, people are actively looking for solutions, and you being willing to share on social media could be the catalyst for change for someone. Imagine your post is the reason that somebody's able to get one of their health issues under control. Okay, there's just nothing like it. Also, caveat, people are not sitting around waiting to judge you. You know why? Because they're too worried about people judging them. I learned several years ago that I could be much less worried about people, what they're going to think about me, because they're over there being worried about what people are going to think about them. And the good news is they think about me way less than I ever thought that they did. And so you can also think the same thing. Okay. So if we know that, then we can take messy action. So we're going to make an awareness post, just letting people know what we've got going on. Focus on your excitement, how you were feeling before you made the decision to change your health. Maybe you were feeling tired, run down. Maybe you were beating yourself up because you didn't have the energy to play with your kids, and that made you feel incredibly discouraged. Maybe you were feeling like a busted can of biscuits because of what you did over Christmas. Maybe, these are all things that I have felt before. When you express how you feel or how you felt recently, what it does is it lets people know she gets me. She's human. Now that you've decided to change your health, what are you most excited about? That's a very simple formula. I gave you an example right here. It's my friend Whitney. She just literally said, shout out to my girl Emily for helping me get started on some supplements that are going to help me with my energy, my anxiety, my bloating, and more. Today's my day 1. I'll update you guys in a week. Pumped. Let me know if you want to take a look at what I'm doing. There is nothing there that says she is weird. Nothing. The person that can land with would think, oh, cool, she's doing something healthy for herself. That's awesome. Same thing people think when somebody posts that they're starting a new workout routine or that they've found something new that solves another problem that they have. You're simply inviting people to see what you're doing. So we're going to take 5 minutes and you are going to go show up on social media. Make your post public so that people can see it. Once you've done it, if you come back and comment here, we might be able to even jump over and give you some love on your post. It's much more important that you overcome your own fear and get a post made than it is that you have the perfect picture or the perfect caption. Right here, we're just taking messy action. Hey, I'm starting this thing, because I was tired of feeling this way. Now that I found this, I'm excited to start feeling this other way. If you can relate and want to hear what I'm doing, let me know. Very simple. Okay, so we're going to take 5 minutes and we're going to make a post. Okay. There's one less person on. Hope they didn't die from making a social media post. Just kidding. They didn't die. Okay. How many of you got a post up or at least are working on creating a post? How many of you are scared slapped to death and you're just like, I don't know if I can do it? Just know we all felt the same way. Like we all had sweaty palms. I remember one of the girls on my team, when she made a post, she said, Hey, I made a post a few minutes ago, but it took me this long to text you because I almost threw up. So she didn't throw up, but she's like, I threw my phone across the room and I almost threw up. So just know it's really normal to be nervous about this. It feels very vulnerable to put yourself out there. But again, when you take the focus off of what will they think about me and you turn it around to what if this can help them, it changes something entirely. Okay. So third thing that you're going to have to do if you want to make money here is you're going to have to learn how to follow up. You're going to have to understand that follow up is just necessary in any sales profession because it's very, very unlikely that someone is going to say yes or make a decision on your very first exposure. Think about election year. How many signs do we drive past on our way to vote? Right? They're like, they don't put one sign there. They put literally 843, right? Think about commercials and jingles. There's a reason that the sales industry does that. It's because they know our brain takes time. We need exposure. Timing matters. Like we could see a commercial one day and it not land at all, but then whatever that solution is, whatever they're offering, the next day I've had an experience that makes me think I need a solution. And now all of a sudden the same commercial lands totally differently. So it's no different here. You're going to have to learn how to be willing to circle back and follow up. Here's what keeps people stuck. They think follow up is pushy. If here's the number one thing I hear from new people is if they wanted it, wouldn't they come back to me? No, no. Do you know how many emails, text messages, how many ads over the holidays that different stores were putting out there so that if you decided that what you had to buy your kid was a crazy hoverboard, then they knew you were going to be looking for the person who was the most relevant at their time, front of mind, that you'd be willing to go make a purchase to. Okay. So it always comes down to, am I willing to stay front of mind for someone? Follow up is not chasing. Follow up is confidence that what you have to offer somebody would be a helpful solution. Okay. Most people will not be ready on your first reach out, even when you become an expert here. And so when you know that, then it takes away any emotional feeling or frustration or thought of, oh my gosh, I must not be good at this. I sent 10 messages and only one or two responded. I must not be good at this. That's wrong. In fact, that's actually great averages. Okay. So you can follow up in ways that are love led and that don't make you feel like you're the adult version of like, are we there yet? I don't want you in your friend's inbox going, are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? Are you ready yet? I'm going to teach you how you can follow up in a way that you can feel great about. So the follow up mindset, instead of those thoughts, it's just, I'm being professional. I'm being kind and consistent. I'm just staying visible. Okay. So here are two different examples of two different ways you could follow up. So for those of you who sent messages today, on Monday, you would send this kind of follow up. Hey, Sally, just circling back to see if you had a chance to see my last message. I know I'm notorious for responding in my brain and not actually in real life. And I just didn't want you to miss out if this could be a blessing. Do you see how that's just a simple nudge that says, hey, didn't want you to miss this? Do you know how much I appreciate nudges in my life? I have 4 kids and a really massive business. I need a reminder. Often I need more than one. Okay. For instance, I have a Plexus Lexus in my garage. They are so consistent in their follow up when it's time for me to get my car serviced. I'm going to get a phone call. I'm going to get a text. I'm going to get an email. And I'm so grateful for that because my life is crazy and busy and I don't know when I can bring it in for the oil change, but I appreciate that they keep reminding me so that my engine doesn't explode. Right? So this is how you can choose to view follow up. Here's another example of a follow up message. We have a welcome to wellness call every single week. And it's always a great opportunity to circle back to your friend and say, hey, I know we haven't chatted about this yet because you hadn't responded. Don't add that. No, we hadn't chatted yet, but there's this call tonight. We're going to cover all things gut health and hormones. Thought you might want to come. No pressure, of course. Want to watch with me. So it's just a third way to say, hey, I've got something valuable that you might want to check out. At no point does that say, let me take your money because all I care about here is a paycheck. It doesn't say that. It says, hey, I've got something that you might find helpful, wanted to share it. Okay, so here's your action now. Obviously, you can't go follow up because we just started taking our action, but I do want you to write down the names of people that you have messaged today because they're going to need a follow up. They're going to need a follow up on in 48 hours or 72 hours. So write their name down. I challenge you to fill this list up today. It's 10 messages, Christina. Can I do that? Yes, you can. Okay, so who have you talked to today or who will you talk to today? That goes on one list. And then who will be the next batch of people that you will talk to? So who do you plan to reach out to over the weekend? This is what we're doing right now. So we're going to take a couple minutes and we are going to just jot down names so that you have a plan when this call ends in about 2 minutes. Okay, so jot some names down. Alrighty, if you haven't finished those lists, make sure that you finish them. Here's what I want you to know. Growing an income here, it is predictable. It is not luck. It's not mystical or mythical. When you start conversations consistently, when you show up consistently, and when you follow up consistently, results follow. Final reminder, you do not have to be loud. You do not have to be fearless. You just must be willing, hungry for change in your life, and consistent in the activities that will help generate an income here. So I hope that this has been very, very helpful. You can wash, rinse, and repeat this workshop every single day, and it will increase your probability that you're going to be making money very soon. Some of you will go silver, which is our first rank, meaning your first 3 people. You'll have earned several $100s and you'll do it over the weekend simply by executing these steps on repeat. So get with whoever it was that invited you to this call, ask for their help and support, get feedback on what you're doing, and let's go make money together. See you guys later.